Alrighty, Super Benny here, and today we are talking about playing versus collecting. Now, it's a pretty simple one, but a massive one. This video and this concept really affected my outlook on gaming in 2026, and it's a massive one, and I think it's very important for a lot of other people who may come across this video to consider as well. Are you a player, or are you just simply collecting? And the reason why it's massive, a lot of sort of UK sort of YouTube and some of the American YouTube as well, not an awful lot. I can't speak for everyone, but a lot of people tend to focus, and maybe the algorithm kind of helps push it that way, pushes more people into sort of collecting habits like full setting and variants and a few other things. And I do worry about people. I do worry that people are going a bit more sort of towards the collecting side rather than the playing. A lot of people are getting fed up because they're not getting into the backlog, and then once they've got the full set, they're unhappy and they sell that. So it's just kind of a reevaluation for your mindset, what you look at, what you're going into. Now it kind of, I don't know, this whole sort of tagline really sort of threw me off, because going through my channels helped me get me through my backlog and my kind of thing. And I do like a bit of the collecting. I do some little strange things for my collecting. I'm going for like some NBA 2K3s. I'm going for some retro stuff that are great memories. Are you collecting memories? Are you just collecting moments from your time? Are you chasing those? There's stuff that I pre-order and actively play, but then I get distracted. I'm sat looking on my phone for different kind of variations and variants and new things to find and the next thing, and then I'm doing more of that than actually when I'm sat down to relax. This is a method of entertainment for myself. This is an entertainment console to be entertained and to be playing and to do these things. And I think a lot of people like going to these video game events and collecting and that kind of stuff. So yeah, are you a player or are you a collector? I would say I'm a bit of a both. You could be a massive player. All you do is play. You might not even have a physical library. You might play it digitally. You might be 70% a player and you do a little bit of retro. You might be just a collector, but you kind of play on the side kind of thing. I know a lot of people, maybe they collect so much, maybe only sort of 10% or 15% actually goes into the playing. But it's very difficult to balance both. You have to be sort of maybe in one or two camps, being a collector or being a player. I try and do a bit of both, but I've got to be. It kind of really threw me off, this whole concept of collecting or a player. I love collecting, as you see, but I've kind of switched it up, going through my own sort of thought process of what I want and what I enjoy. And I think you need to focus on what you enjoy and what you like doing, because what I found is what some of the stuff that I collecting doesn't bring me an awful lot of joy, or doesn't always bring me enough fun to warrant me to keep it in the collection. You might enjoy collecting, so you might have a full set. You might have Thomas the Tank Engine. You might have some random titles. You might have Cindy's Fashion World or one of these random titles. But you're not actively playing those. Those are for your collection. So it's just kind of being like mindful. And that's cool to have a cool collection. But you got to be aware you're not actively playing that. All of that is just sat on your shelf. So, and I think a lot of people sometimes as well collect thinking they're going to play, and in the end, I just said goodbye to my PlayStation 3 because a lot of those titles that I was kind of having, because I've got the console, let's kind of collect and hope I play, but in the end, you don't play. It just, it goes through there, it sits on your shelf. You pick up these games with the good intentions of playing, but you never really play. A lot of them. These are all games that I have played. Will condense down a little bit. It will expand a bit more, or I try to keep it an active library of stuff I actually play, and collect stuff that I want to keep a hold of, kind of thing. So I would say I'm trying to be a 70% player and a 30% collector. But the collecting is enormous, and it's overwhelming at times because you're always chasing that better thing. You're always looking for that next amazing thing, and I think it's just being mindful. It's just you're spending that search time, you're spending that time actively hunting. Although those things can be fun, you forget where you started and you forget where your roots are, and you forget your day ones of what got you into this thing in the first place, like Space Harrier and things at the arcades and very simple games that you can pick up and play. And the video game market is massive these days. For games, there are millions of video games out there, and you're spoiled for choice. You're spoiled for choice these days. Just be mindful of your time. Don't spend so much time sort of collecting random junk. People have a whole rooms and walls and thousands of games. Play what you enjoy, or if you do enjoy that collecting, be mindful that it's a collection, and don't overburden with yourself that you have all those games, but as long as you can be in that mind space of that's my collection, and people say this is going into my collection, and don't put that collection with your backlog. For me, it's been very, very good to separate both of them, collecting and playing. This is my playable games, these are my collection games, and that doesn't over dilute the other one that comes like too overwhelming into I've got all these games that I must play. No, that's my collection. I had great memories with them. This is what I'm playing. This is what I play for fun, and that's good, right? Having that separation. If not, it's very much everything's weighing on you, and you're kind of like overstimulated, and you don't know what to do. I would say I'm maybe sort of 70% sort of playing and 30% into collecting. I try and keep calm on the collecting, but it's very difficult these days with a lot of companies re-releasing collector's editions and nostalgia and pushing you down that road to get more stuff, and then you're waiting on more stuff, and then a new game comes out and you want that as well. So it's very much a balancing act of trying to keep it playing and trying to keep it collecting stuff that I enjoyed in the past. But not being, I've got to get. I like Space Harrier, so let's collect everything for the 32X. No, I don't need to do that, do I? I see a lot of people in other collections as well. Love Resident Evil. I've got to buy every single edition on that game what came out. Just play that one game you enjoyed. You don't have to get the figures. You don't have to get all the junk what comes with it. Posters and fill your room full of scary monsters. No, you enjoyed it. Play that and enjoy it, and just be mindful of why you enjoyed it. I think that's what. I had a really good time on 3 of those PlayStation 2 games. Let's get a full collection. It's, you've got to be like more clear with yourself, and I think people sometimes maybe kid themselves a little bit, like, they're going to play it, or going to do this, or I'll give it a go. Just be mindful. Have you booted up your console in how many years? Like, 2008 was probably massively what I was into the PS3. I probably booted it up maybe about 3-4 times since. You just got to be mindful. Are you picking up these games, and the games that you pick up, have you put in more than an hour? Have you put in more than 10 hours or played that game the whole week? be mindful of your purchases as well. So, are you a player or are you a collector? Put in the comments below. Are you a 100% collector? You're in the collector camp, or you're a 100% player, or you're 70-30, 60-30. Where do you think you are at in your collection? And hopefully this will help you sort of separate your mindset as well, and be a bit more mindful in your collection going forward, because it's really sort of 2026 really sort of helped me make better choices with what I'm sort of buying and putting in my more of time to play and putting more time into my collection. And it's really helped me sort of figure it out. Right, that's what I'm playing, that's what I'm collecting. So yeah, it was a massive video for me, and a thought process for collecting versus playing. I think honestly, it's for me that has really massively helped, and I hope this one helps you and has just have a self-reflection and look at what some of the stuff you bought, because hype and FOMO goes into a lot of these things, especially with collecting, and hopefully that will clear your mindset. Yeah, drop in the comments below what kind of percentage you are, and maybe this will help you sort of clear your sort of mind space and clear some of your collection and be a bit more sort of mindful going ahead. It's helped me massively, honestly. Yeah, and just those two words, just really helped. So hopefully this will help you, and it's the one video I've been really wanting to say, because 2026 helped me massively, and I'm honest now. I'm honest with myself that right, that's what I'm collecting. I don't have to kid myself that have that guilt of not playing it, and that's what I'm going to play. And when I have the time, I actively play those games that I really want to play now. Just very much more fulfilling going forward. So hope this helps you out. Take care.